The number one question that people ask me is, do I have enough? Retirement income planning is the final phase, the final chapter that we spend here on earth. And that's where you hope that you've saved enough money while you're working to be able to afford yourself the same lifestyle when you're not working. You want to be able to have enough money that you can do what you want to do and not have to worry about it. And that's something that very few people actually have planned out in my experience. Most people, in my practice, I've never actually seen someone with a retirement income plan when they've come in to see me. I spoke and have taught a course on retirement planning at one of the local colleges. And the same thing, we just never see anybody that actually has their retirement planned out. And the retirement income side of things is a much more complicated venture than the retirement savings side of things. The majority of people that come in and see me are people within 5 years of retirement. Very few of them actually have any idea of what it means to actually retire and where their basic monthly paycheck comes from. All they know is that they have saved money over their lifetime, they've invested it, they've been with an advisor in most cases, but they really actually don't know what the money's for. And I mean, that does kind of sound silly, but they just know that they have a bunch of money. They're not really sure how to de-accumulate that money when they're retired, and they don't have any retirement income plan as such that's a formal roadmap to allow them to be peace of mind, let's call it. They need to have a peace of mind that they know that if they live to age 90, they're still going to have enough money to be able to pay their bills. That's the whole point. If you are out there watching this video today and you don't know how to deassemble your investments to make sure that you have enough until you're basically no longer with us, I don't know how you can actually be comfortable and have that peace of mind and that frame of security that you have enough. The number one question that people ask me is, do I have enough? And my response to that is, well, have you actually designed a plan? Do you know how it's going to last? Do you know how you're going to accumulate those monies, those savings? The biggest concern people have is when the investments have a year like 2022 where the investments are actually in a minus return, they're afraid that they don't have enough money. They see their portfolios dropping, and then all of a sudden that fear comes to mind. I had a gentleman that actually talked to me not too long ago, and he was downsized, and he wasn't ready for it. And he literally told me that he does not sleep at night. He is so worried about it because he knows what type of lifestyle they've had, and he's not sure if he has enough money to continue to support that lifestyle. And again, this is the number one reason that I get in front of so many new people, is that they are coming to me because they don't know the answers. And for the most part, the industry doesn't have a great deal of focus on the retirement income planning side. Everybody's focused on the retirement savings end of things. And we have positioned ourselves to focus on that final chapter, as I call it, the retirement income phase. And one thing that I've asked people over the years, and believe it or not one single person has ever actually answered this correctly. And that question is, how many sources of income does the average person have to produce income for themselves in retirement? So The one thing you want to do when you're retired is you want to have a systematic plan of using all the different sources of income that you can have to ensure that one source doesn't run out before the other one. So for example, on average, there is approximately 4 to 5 sources of income. And in addition to that, you have to multiply that in most cases because today most spouses work. So you have to multiply that by 2. So of course everybody's aware of the Canadian Pension Plan, the CPP. Most people are aware of the Old Age Security Plan that we have in Canada. Most people have an RSP. Some people have a TFSA account. In some cases, a spouse may have a spousal RSP. And in not so often we see people would have a pension. And of course, a lot of people tend to have just an investment savings account. So there alone, I think we're just at 6, and you multiply that by 2, there's 12 sources of income. And it's absolutely astonishing to me that literally, and I mean literally, whether I'm speaking in an audience situation, I'm teaching a course, or I have people coming into my office, including accountants, by the way, I've never had one person ever answer that question correctly. And here's the challenge. Most people are told that retirement is no different than the savings side of things. They basically are told, you know, you put your money away and at a magical time in your future, we know that you're going to be retired and you've got this amount of income coming in the front door, and don't worry about it. Everything's going to stay the same and everything's good. And one of my colleagues out in Winnipeg uses this analogy, and it's, people think that retirement planning is, well, while you're saving things, you're playing a game of golf. And when you get on to the 9th tee, you now are at the point where you're retiring. And then you step on the 10th tee, you're now retired. And you just finish playing the next 9 holes. In actuality, when you're actually playing that game of golf, the savings side of things, what you don't know, and again, most people have never experienced this, when you step from the 10th onto the 10th tee, you're actually on a nice rink. There is nothing similar to the saving side of things for retiring than there is on the spending or the deaccumulation side. There is nothing similar whatsoever. For example, you don't know when you're going to be able to travel. You don't know when you're not going to be able to travel due to health issues. You don't know if you have enough money to travel. You don't know when one spouse predeceases another and all of a sudden major plans change. You don't know what the inflation rate is. You don't know what the markets are going to do to help you continue to grow your money for those first few years. In a lot of cases, in my practice, a lot of couples actually have never sat down and said, what is it that we want to do as a couple for retirement? And all of these things have to be discussed and planned out. And that's what makes the retirement income side of the equation incredibly different. And the one thing you don't want to do is you do not want to make mistakes. When you're saving money, you can extend the time frame that you're going to save for. You can decrease the amount of income you think you need, or you can try to seek higher returns. But when you're actually deaccumulating money, you don't want to be making mistakes when it comes to your investments because you don't have time to make it up anymore. And you can't save any more money. Once you're retired and you're taking money out of a RIF, you can't actually put more money back in. It's now closed. So all these challenges is what really makes the retirement income side of the equation so very different than the retirement savings side. Listen, this is what the deal is, quite frankly. It's very, very simple. I look at my job that I started in 1984 as a job to help people retire and allow them to have that peace of mind and to go out and enjoy themselves for the last time on this earth. This is their final chapter. I keep referring back to that. And I kind of looked at it in the same way that we have 4 seasons. In retirement planning, there are similar seasons, 4 seasons. Number one, spring. Spring is the time that you should be putting together all of the pieces of the puzzle to make sure that you have everything properly structured. You know what the income flows are from the different sources of income, and you're now within 5 years of actually retiring. You're getting very close. Summer's for fun. Everybody loves summer. Summer's the day that you actually don't get up out of the bed in the morning and you don't have to go to work that day. It's the first day of the rest of your life. And we want to make sure that as we do in the summer in Canada, we're enjoying ourselves, we're having fun, we're making the most of it. The fall, the leaves are falling off the trees. It's very similar to one of the spouses has had now some health challenges, and as a result of that, the ability to travel has now been suppressed. And of course, the winter speaks for itself. The winter, one spouse has now passed away. The other spouse is now potentially not able to stay at their home again. They more than likely are now going to be moving into a retirement center. Their grandchildren are now usually grown up and they want to spend some time with them. And in some cases, people want to give them some money, make their lives better, and they want to see it before they've passed away. So we've used that analogy of 4 seasons for retirement planning, and we're going to be running a few videos like this one about each different challenge in each one of the different 4 seasons, and that's something that we are going to be putting together. They'll be coming out to you certainly in the next little while. The one last thing I'd like to say is, if you are challenged with any part of what I've talked about today in your retirement income plans, give us a call here at Blue Oceans Private Wealth. I've been doing this for 38 years. I have a system, it works, and we're going to give you a retirement income plan that you can grab peace of mind from, that you don't have to worry about the final chapter of your life. That's our responsibility.